And so here's the third part. Since I got 2 first part videos, the third part. There is a good amount of pretty boys in the world. Now, boys, hold on to your knickers, because if you're triggered, it's because there's a part of you that uses your faces or your bodies and tells yourself in your deep, dark part somewhere, it's okay because I'm allowed to use the way I look to get what I want. Okay, so I'm doing this third part because I'm sitting here and said a few things to the energy of Matthias that doesn't leave me alone. That to be a part of my world or any decent relation, you need to put down your heads of this is how I get what I want. And I can ignore your voice and persist in your body's field hurting you. As he spiked, because this is how the electricity enters, spiked the left side of my asshole skin instead of focusing on the right. And then it goes up through my gut, so you know how you can feel various things in your digestive system, like slowed down or sped up or hot or cold, various intensities. So this is a reminder that he actually believes he can persist in ignorance when he really just has to stop. You have to admit you are wrong in this kind of communication, otherwise you will not bring a grounded consciousness to moving forward. So I was sitting here trying to finish my coffee, and the clear awareness is still that however unfulfilled he feels wherever he is at, on any level, I don't care for whatever level we think of, wherever he feels he is at, he thinks he can use my energy field, manipulate my energy field, so my cycle of energy against me. Because he's trying to make me feel his discontent. So if I'm discontent, Teresa, you're going to feel discontent. I know how people feel because I'm doing it to you and you don't like it. And that is not even babyhood communication. At least with babies, you can hear a certain cry and you can assist them with something. This guy hasn't even reached babyhood with his interactions. He just thinks, I continue to manipulate that field to do what I think is survival. That's it. There is no actual, don't put a body to it, don't put anything to it. There's a consciousness that says, I don't care about anything. If I feel a certain way, you're going to feel it. And the only thing that makes me feel better, because I'm used to getting my way with this world, and I play it, I use this superficial shell I've been given. So you should be giving me what I want, Teresa, otherwise I'll make you feel uncomfortable because I need the fix of what you can do for me. Life don't work like that. So fucking drain the crap. Because no, that's not your drug, that's not your love, that's pathetic interaction. And that's that. There are the elements of your future that say, you can experience life with a woman in the future, but first of all, you have to stand up and be a decent human. You can't just be a fucking energy that says, I want, I'll manipulate your field, and I should get. Okay, because like I said in the last video, someone will just want to walk up and punch you. And that's all you deserve. You're not given anything nice. You're trying to tell her that she just wants to get off. She don't want to just get off, mate. She wants the healthy interaction. So I'm going to keep putting light on this and bringing it to the fucking light until you do the healthy interaction. You have told yourself repeatedly, I am the one in control and she gives me that fix, which he hasn't got very often, but doesn't leave me alone. So he's been lucky enough to get it. She gives me that fix and I don't have to show up and be nice to her. I just go and be nice to all the other women. Yeah, wake the fuck up. I'm not dancing around in the fucking air for my life. So your dumbass, ridiculous fucking concept has to stop. And that's that. There's nothing more to be said. But it just don't fucking listen. Don't think this is fun and games, mate. And yes, Teresa, I just do what I want. And this is what I'll do all the way there. Well, you can try, dickhead, but I'm going to keep speaking about it. Because it's a major, stupid, fucked up pain in the fucking ass. Literally. So someone who does this and doesn't involve themselves in real life doesn't have a brain concept that feeling joy is a way of life. So that their internal world is just like in panic or flux or something like, I've always got to make sure I'm getting something. Why, this is the only way I function. That crap has to drop. Okay, listen with the forehead. That crap has to drop. This is what you have to do. And it doesn't feel normal to you because you don't do it. But you have to go do it. And I'm not like you think you're given into. You're not getting given into. If I just show out my pain, then something comes back for me. And then if it doesn't happen when I want it to, I punish them so that they realize they should have made it happen for me. That's not what is happening. Because no one has to do any of that. You have to show up and be a fucking human. So you can tell yourself any little invisible fucking story you want. It doesn't mean it's real. It's a fucking story. So quit it. I'm not babying you till the fucking end. Which is what you think is happening. Because it goes like this, boys, and this is how I started it, with the pretty boy internal dilemmas they hide and just smile at the world. And nearly take it out on the world that they have these hidden feelings they don't put consciousness to understand themselves and make they don't believe that there's connections in the world that can assist their real growth. And so they hide away these feelings and they don't get growth, but they fester inside. So when they see they're easily getting something by their looks or what they have or whatever, they'll put all their life consciousness into what they have and still have this festering inside, and it's going to come out when they feel even more unfulfilled in life. So those things aren't bringing me what I want. When am I going to get what I want? Blah, blah, blah kind of thing. At the moving forward in life, the frontal lobe, the concept of healthy moving forward. And so you're going to have this discrepancy when all along, all of us need to stretch our lifestyle boundaries and not feel like we got to hide and it's all found in the material world. No, we got to bring consciousness to ourselves. And so it has been the gap between the 3 and the 5D. And so we've mucked around in 4D, like with joy of things and understanding the energy fields a bit, but not actually understanding that joy is a given, but it takes you getting out of your 3D and putting your power where it belongs. Focusing on the good, right? Feeling like the 3D doesn't have what you need, but bringing more of yourself out in challenges rather than shutting down and holding your hand out to the world to feed this part of yourself that you're actually meant to keep bringing like out to yourself, out to the world for fulfillment. Like the internal being, the soul and the spirit, so the soul in action, feels fulfilled. That's what you could call 5D. But if we stop and don't have the means of assisting ourselves in consciousness, then we wind back shit, do the same shit, and have all sorts of feelings going on that fester like it's who I am, and it's not. It's the product of the fucking planetary environment, and if we don't like get rid of, don't want that, but not squash it down, like make firm, understood decisions and various interactions with like, no, spirit is this way, faith that I will find better magnetic interaction if I raise my vibration, life does get better. But I have to keep giving of myself to it. There is no successful person, no matter how pretty you are, that can fester in the dark and put on a lovely show and actually get somewhere. You have to like put light on what you fester to dissipate. It's not real, is it? Like you see someone with issues, say Matthias for instance, hiding out, not wanting to step out. You don't see him actually carry like a knapsack or something over his shoulder and it's got, oh, I've got all these things in here from my past and I'm gonna hold on to them and I'll shine a bit out to the world, but I'm always gonna be thinking about these things. And because they don't feel good and I'm holding on to this energy, I don't consciously realize I actually treat people from what I'm holding on to. I think I should have, etc. Okay? That shit's gotta go. Like you gotta put light on it that you have to keep opening up and life gets better vibrationally. And Matthias and I are going through this kind of thing, and that's not like a we yet, okay? That's not like Matthias and I are going through something. It's separately. you can't offer your bag of shit and get anywhere. All right? Real life experience, yeah, but the resonance is you're just continuously holding on to some shit. So, once again, he's getting into my field to slow down and whatnot. But it doesn't actually stop me, Matthias, because no one can live this way. You actually have to embody yourself and give to the world from there. You can't have separate parts of you and say it's okay. And you'll just deal with it, Teresa. So, what was I getting at before he's so heavily come into my field now? Yes, so the world is doing this kind of thing and people are believing it's very real because these bags of the past, there's all sorts of lower vibrational activity, momentum, that the denser it is, the more real it actually feels, as though the identity in the mind of the being says, no, this is who I am. So that's really a step in the direction of mastering that the negativity or the problems you're having, you won't find your identity in there. What you will find is the strengthening, uprising in yourself to say, that is energy. I've been a part of it for some reason to do with living on this planet. And we're currently in the conscious awareness upshift that we don't need to hold these things as a strong identity. And the only way you break out of that, like when you weed a garden, is you yank the freaking thought out, the weed out, that I am this. No, you're not, right? The weed is out. Now, visualize when that weed comes out, the rest can die off. Okay, so it's a process and progress. Now, that's not who you are, and life is actually 5D brilliance. So you want to be a part of that brilliance. You're not the past. Burn the fucking knapsack. God bless, I've lived that. It's made me who I am now, which is I'm not that. And quit the fucking spiking, mate. This bloke doesn't ground anything, eh? He doesn't ground anything. He's like a spoiled brat. It's like he will continue spiking me. He'll continue wanting his usual things. He's like a grandpa with slippers, and a pipe. I want what I want and I'm not going to stop wanting it. And I'm going to get old wanting it. And I'm the person who says, I'm slamming the door on that. You want to grow old doing the same shit, you can do that on your fucking own. You're going to have to be the one that gets up and opens the curtains, makes yourself some breakfast, goes for a walk, does the various things. You're going to have to work that out on your own, right? And then once you do, come see me if you want to chat in the sunlight. You can't keep doing the same things on your own and expecting that you're going to have from the world come into you. This relationship is calling that exact everything I was just saying in the energy of the planet. Matthias and I, like I said, it's not a we yet. We've come into the planet in our own lives to deal with our own living. And for the 3D to connect with the 5D, the 3D mentality has to drop away. You can't take the old into the new. So it's not like, so as a matter of time of this evolution, this is what I was saying before, that kind of like a leap effect, there will just come a time where the light has done its work and everyone here is standing up for this light for us all, that these 3D shells, these old persistences, they just get a light on them. They're dissipating. But it's like the 3Ders can also put consciousness to the fact this is happening as a whole and let go. None of the shit you're carrying on with, like entitlements and stuff, is actually serving your wholeness well-being. There will always be something suffering in you if you are coming from a suffering mentality. 5D is honest. It doesn't need a suffering mentality. That's been a part of the growth of like the human race, fighting and just being like imperial, superior, you know. I don't even have any more words for it. Just those two said enough. And so it's been a natural progression from the density of evolutionary consciousness. And so if you can see you're doing these things still, you know, you got to let them go. You're not going to find your strength there. And so with Matthias, and to do with my soul, to do with him, and my soul to do with the world and him. My 5D embrace, my soul's path, from born into 3D at, you know, its evolutionary ridiculous mess, but also its beauty as well. Because I remember from the 80s as a young person, the backyard barbecues and the nature and the play outside, you know, with siblings or friends and family or whatever, the beauty in the nature of the human being is there. But things sped up, like we were clasping on wanting more in the technological era. And so you have the interplay of like your well-being of spirit and like taking care of yourself and whatnot, but also the unconscious mess that had come through from other warring states in the globe. And how people, you know, spread across the globe and functioning. And so, yeah, it's everywhere. But there's a lot of like the trueness of the 5D reality is evolution says you're light. So you don't have to do your dense, and anyone knows what dense is. It's like soldiers that go into PTSD shock because they've killed or they've had to do things they didn't want to do, right? That's because consciously the spirit is saying, I've just electrocuted my field. This isn't natural. I don't know what the fuck is going on this planet. That right there is the coming apart of we don't need 3D anymore. So anyone that's been through anything where they've seen someone purposely get hurt, which has increased in the mess of 3D, we've all played a part in saying, even though we don't realize it, where is the actual new world? Because what the fuck is this? In that, we've called on 5D light evolution. And so that's just a natural calling of the souls needed. Yep, it's time, it's time, it's time. Because we all know what we want. We don't want that. We're light. So this planet had become very dense and messy and, horrible yet again. But the highest of souls and the blend of everyone's eternal paths and the timing of them being here to assist in this contrast, here we are now, wanting better. So if you can see or feel that you want better for yourself or someone else, you are calling on the 5D. So you're going to be called to shed and be brave. Shed it, right? Heavy as it feels. And so this is where natural therapies comes into play because, for instance, for the PTSD sufferers, no matter whether you've been a soldier or it's been in life as a soldier, right? There is a way for you to, there is ways for the light to embrace, if you let it, what's happened and not take a density furthering perspective of it, or there is clearing for like the energy that we are. So we are organs and we are still part of the density, but these organs, if they are blocked up with like frazzled, stuck energy, then that's what's happening to keep the thoughts, the mentality going back there in blame. So there is various spirituality in various earth assistance, so remedies, connections with people who have come here for this shift. So, and it's going to get slightly easier and easier if we keep telling ourselves there is better than this. We aren't here to suffer. We have participated in the current energy of the planet and we don't fucking like it. So what else do I offer? And you get support for your whole wellness in that way. So, you take the steps with the natural therapies. And those that are here to assist in different modalities, the magnetic connection of wanting more assistance and the people wanting to offer the assistance. People coming out of their shells in light so we can rise more on this planet. Because we know what we don't want. We know what we would like, but it's about time we actually, for those of us doing the work, it's like, no, I'm not that. I rip it away. There's something better. Those are the people holding the light path. It's like you can see the crap. No, I'm not it. There is something better. This opens the path for more connections of, yeah, there is. There is. Like a cascade or a ripple, all different waves of our planet. So it's a firm belief, even when life looks like shit, that in our gut, our solar plexus, we are here for that time of light, and things are going to get better. So make sure you can kind of develop that strong gold emphasis. So orange from our creative center, yellow from our solar plexus center, our consciousness, light design. There is something better, and you strengthen this. And this is where the magnetics with the heart and that interaction in the world, we start to attract it and open it up more. And literally have a new world, heart, earth platform. So you can see there are some of us that really have to do the tough work. But don't, as time goes on, when you acknowledge this, at first it feels like you're pulling off a whole part of your body, right? But as you keep recognizing, I'm not that, I don't want that, and you do other things of a higher nature, then it's the mastering. You just recognize, you shift and focus your attention. You recognize something, no, I don't have to go there and embody this energy, etc., and you start to stand up for more in the light. You attract the people to assist in this light network, etc. So I'll just finish up now, okay, because with the Matthias and I come here to assist in this shedding, as I have done in my life and he is doing in his life, and we are all doing in our lives. He, as a sensitive, has had to embody some of the worst of it, and in his shedding, right, which is also a part of all of our shedding, no one is standing out like a global on their own. Because he couldn't do what he's doing if the planet wasn't doing what they were doing, and we're all here doing it as a planet. So it's not an ego thing. He's had to embody his own worst kind of energy on the planet, right? And we all experience something, let me tell you. In his letting go, right? If he does, well, that's the way it feels to me some days. Because the whole path of this sacred path is that he will. In his letting go, as a sensitive that has held on to some of the densest kind of energies, and they've also attached to him over the years, imagine what that's like when someone sheds that. And so planet Earth's natural transmutation and light recalibration assist the dissolve and dissipation from the human to rise in the light more. So really, we're all walking each other home in a way, like in our lifetimes, in this shift to walk more towards letting go the old and fucking name it, the 3D shit we don't like, we're not going to give our grounded focus to anymore, as though that's who we are. When it feels like shit, take a look at yourself in the energetic field that says, I am doing this. It feels like shit to me. It's causing problems to someone else. I actually need to shed this. There is more to life. That's pretty much it in a nutshell. And that's what mastering it is, okay? And we're not like, it's not glorifying, it's gratitude from the heavens. That's all it is. It's like, oh, good, you're doing your part. Another one's come online. Like, Yeah, let go of the old. Yeah. Whatever's feeling heavy and whatever participation you got going on and whatever belief system, you can let that go because there's more to life. Get out and see more to life. And that's, where our planet is spinning on this. That please see that you're a part of a big divine system. You are held, and although the 3D has felt so heavy, let it go from your minds. Shift your mind. Shift your vibration in how you talk about life. All of this vessel and instrument that you are, make sure you're aware each moment that what you do is your vibratory response as to whether you are going to enjoy life and create more joy and magnetize it to you, or if you're going to feel sorry for yourself or blame or feel any of this old stuff. Okay, because you can't stay in 3 and 5D, so why the fuck struggle? Because like I said, we can't change this evolution. We're here for a visit. This is like the planet's evolution because it's just time. And that's as far as I'll go with that because, yeah, like I said, no one wants to visit this planet and go through the fucking mess and all the remnants of as it drains out. It's like, let go of that and break out. Because it is very dense. It's like we almost bang heads in it how to solve problems now. It's like you solve one problem, you turn around and there's 100 other things going on, to do with assisting the planet. And there's such dense corruption that that's what it feels like, that people have given their faith over to being corrupt. And it's just not the way we're built and what we're built on. So it don't feel good. It don't produce good. It's crap. It's mud. So if we want to help, we don't be a part of that. And why do it? Because it's the health of your own heart. It's the health of your own longevity here. So there has to come a time in the adolescent to the adult where the people mucking around in, this is just, just a simulation, like I can do whatever I want in it. It's actually not just that. You're actually playing a bigger part. Oh yeah, we do get to choose and it is an energy field, but that's not there for you to play like games with because you're just here to do whatever you want. So people can kind of get stuck in that's all life is about. But you get to an age where it's like, this has actually got to do with my planet and the longevity of my happiness. Like if I want to be happy, I can't just keep fucking around. It all just kind of sinks in or flows into them that if you want more in life, you actually have to open up to like being a light aspect for the planet. So give a little bit more of yourself, where you think, no, I just do whatever I want. It's like, no, actually, there's a bigger part to me and I play a real part on this earth. So I want to be conscious of that part. And in that is like a very new form of comfort zone. So it is like a stepping or leaping into the unknown all the time. But that's the way to go. Because you do play that bigger energetic part. It is energy at the end of the day. It's not just fuck around as a young person or even into adulthood or whatever. You actually play a part It is energy at the end of the day. So you want to feel better energetically and you want to give to your planet better energetically. Your focus needs to be higher and more to life, not lower, just mucking around. And if we all do that, we'll all be okay. But this is the balance of the humans and the human race. And I'll take race out of it, but it just had to be said because we're still in it. Like the race part. Is quite literal, like we're always trying to get something. But the human experience is about what we were just talking about. In each present moment, so in each moment, I don't want that in the world, or like somewhere inside of you it says, I don't want to see that much. You know, like I don't want to be a part of that. So in the same instance, the human does know what it wants. Now, that's working with spirit. Okay, but there's a balance there. It's not about, oh, I don't want that or that, like, you know, pompous or something. It's like, I don't want my world to suffer. It's a conscience balance. I don't want to participate in anything like that because it brings your energy down and you're just matching something you don't want. So the human does know what it wants, and this is the balance. Taking action in what you do want. Whereas we've just gone along with what's been happening, almost felt forced to do it, or money is king, or racing to be better than others is king, or anything along those lines. But it's those that use conscience that say, well, actually, I want better for my whole world, so I'm going to be that betterment. Like, I'm going to be an example of it. I'm going to acknowledge what I'm doing when I'm doing it. I'm going to resonate what I want Earth's energy to be like. Because that's the strength of the part every one of us play. And then we all stand out uniquely, but we've got that ingrained root system that I'm going to be a part of what I want my world to be like in the extent of my experience, but also my planet, what I want other people to experience on my planet, which is everyone's home. So call it your own planet if you want, because if you have the best intent, hell yeah, Mother Earth, she's going to be loving that. Thanks, everyone. Bye for now.